What's up, guys? Going to be going through another game for you. I'm probably going to upload the Talon one and Shaco one together. We're going to be going through this game I just played. And, yeah, let's go. So I know they have a weak level 1 topside, Sejuani, Kiana, kind of shit. Level 1, Sejuani isn't too bad, but yeah, you need like a Darius and, I don't know, shit here, I guess. And Kiana isn't really anything level 1, so I know that I can do this invade. The thing here, though, is like, splitting the map. This is... So if you didn't do this, it might even be objectively better, just because I'm splitting the map towards Cassante, and if this is warded, which it is in this game, the Sejuani is just going to trade sides of the map, and she's strong-siding Kai'Sa Nord, which obviously I would like to strong-side this lane, right, compared to the Cassante. But anyway, we'll get into it, because you can still see, like, even if you don't do the right kind of clear, if you path towards the wrong side, or if you split the map badly, it doesn't really matter too much in... I guess this is like low elo solo queue. But, yeah, anyway. So I'm just going to do this clear again. You guys know what it is by now. Watch my latest video. And we just run in, right? I check walls. And when I know she's not on walls here, this is the adaptation I've made. Don't do blue. The issue is because a lot of the time, right? After you do Gromp, you want to cover this side of the map and you want to be active because the enemy jungler will be. So if you guys think about this, Sejuani, who sees me here, if she's starting at red or raptors, what is she going to do afterwards? Run in here. And after these two camps, she's going to hit level 3 and look to gank, knowing she's in a 3v2 on this side of the map because she's probably going to think I'm all the way up here. Now, I will still be late coming down to this side of the map, but I'm ready to counterplay on any of these camps, the ones she hasn't done. Lots of the time, it will be red and Krugs, because lots of junglers like to start raptors, right? But I am ready for the action, man. I'm ready for the chaos. You're a Shaco player. So this is the adaptation, right? We hit level 2 off the raptors, and yeah. Also here, I'm just waiting for my Q, by the way, so I wait for it. I try to avoid the vision as much as possible. So of course they'll see me here, but it's kind of quick, so of course they should, and she does see me. Also get a little bit unlucky with this box, but it's not the worst thing in the world because your next box will trigger it, so I don't really miss out on any damage. Q recall straight away, so my Q's on an insta cooldown. If you Q and you just keep running, your Q's cooldown starts when you come out of your stealth, so if you kind of like proc your stealth instantly there with a recall, you'll get it sooner. Because I don't know if she's going to be on Gromp. I don't know if she's going to be greeting walls. Anything like this, right? And you can see me spam pinging here. Because I know Sejuani's going to go down, and she does. And I've got two options here, right? I can either go down here, and it's really good how they're targeting Thresh, because we actually end up killing the Sejuani here. The Xayah does. So I've got two options here, right? I can run straight bot, but that is like 12 seconds away. Or I can just go mid. And obviously when I show you this picture, it's pretty obvious what I should do. So I go mid here. And by the way, I also knew, looking at Sejuani, that she had red and blue here. So I know her camps are Raptors and Krugs here, yes? So there's lots of like information to process, but you guys will get more used to it when you do this shit more often. And quite simple here, like I know she hits 4, and I don't want her to escape, so I have to ignite. A little bit unfortunate. Don't even know if I would have been able to like execute her with another auto attack, but yeah. Just want to get the kill there, right? If I have to use ignite, it's totally cool. And yeah, we run off, right? The wave is good for Gragas, who's TPing in. Kai'Sa gets a double kill here. So, I mean, Xayah got a double kill and so did Kai'Sa. So this lane is still really good for us because Xayah beats Kai'Sa, even though she might be up in experience or whatever here and probably gold as well. But it's still a great lane for us, right? And everyone has used summoner spells and yeah. And you can see here, Kai'Sa used Flash, Nautilus Flash. So we know that bot lane is more killable from now on, I guess. So I run in here. Why do I run into Raptors? Because I know Sejuani is dead and she cannot react, right? Their support is also dead, so lots of supports here, right? If you think about this situation. My Kai'Sa, so if you're playing as Nautilus here, my Kai'Sa is going to shove this and then do what? Recall, right? So if my AD carry is going to recall, I'm going to be standing here doing nothing. So Nautilus might flex somewhere. And this will be an area, right, where he might be interested in. So I do the Raptors, ward here. And yeah, I'm just saying I don't have to be, you know, worried about him here because he was dead, obviously. But I'm saying in another game, that's what my brain was thinking. Or in this game. And yeah, we come down to Crab. And this is where I made a decision here. And I don't think many people will do this because lots of people just like their camps. So my Raptors are spawning in about 25 seconds. 30 seconds maybe, something like that, right? So I've got Raptors up soon. So if I wanted to just clear my camps here, yes. If I wanted to just clear my camps, I could either recall after Crab because I have a Dirk, so I could do Crab and base and run here. I could do Wolves into the Raptors. That would sync very nicely, right? So I could do either of those moves. Recalling for a Dirk isn't essential because I would hit level 4 after Wolves. So Crab would give me this experience. Wolves would give me level 4. So I would win that 1v1 with the enemy jungler on my Raptors if she decides to invade me here. So I would probably stay just for that reason. I don't actually need a Dirk. My level diff is enough. And also I have red buff for a little bit longer, right? So those are the two options I have here in terms of jungle camps. But I'm not going to play jungle camps here. I want you guys to think about what I'm going to do. And this play is actually kind of far away, and I lose my top camps for it here. But I want you guys to figure this out. So pause the video. I'm now going to say what it is. So I actually gank bot lane here. Why? Not only is she worth a bounty, I'd probably do this anyway, by the way. But the lane is in a very nice position. At the moment, anyway. This probably won't freeze because these are not healthy enough. They might even need one more minion here. But I know that when Kai'Sa gets back to lane, she's got to push up, right? And lots of supports in this situation are not really going to ward before getting to lane. Even though they probably should, right? Like, if they're a good support, they probably would. But I'm giving myself the opportunity here to get 2 kills that could be 700 gold for me. And is that more worth than my Raptors and Krugs? The answer is yes. So it's all about comparing the play or plays you can make, right? Like I've said in the previous VOD reviews. If you guys can hear the birds, I apologize for that. Let's go. Out in the wild, bro. The jungle. IRL. So, let's see what I do. So we do Crab. And then here, you can see how I was going to go Wolves to Raptors and, you know, probably Krugs and base. But I know, looking at that lane, even though it's going to push away from us soon, Thresh could have done a better job holding the wave up, but I know this is going to push away from us, or it's in a good position, sorry, at the moment. And when the Kai'Sa gets back, you can even see Sejuani pinging to retreat. So this is kind of like good anticipation from her. But I'm just waiting for this. So Nautilus is here, and you can also see how I don't want to run in the brush because he might control ward it. He might be standing here like he is. So I'm just waiting for them to show, right? Literally just on the outskirts of the fog there. Yeah, so if I go back and... when you play Shaco enough time, bro, like you'll get used to fog. And as soon as they show, that's when I go. Put a box down, right? This also forces like Nautilus to run around. So the longer way around, if I don't put a box down here, he just runs straight through. I mean, he still might run like this, actually, so he's further away from the Xayah. But yeah, you get my point. Hold my E until I need to. Tank one tower shot. I don't want to get hooked under the tower and die. And yeah, we get 2 kills, right? And this... honestly, like, for me, wins the game. And from here, I should be able to carry in 1v9, which is what we do. So I'll go through, obviously, more of this game. But that play right there, is it worth losing these 2 camps? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because the Xayah, after this play right, gets another wave. And if we look at the gold difference here, when she gets this tower plate and then recalls. If we look at the gold diff now in bot lane, she's up like 600 gold. Is that more worth than Raptors and Krugs? Of course. Am I up 1,000 gold still? So even though I lost Raptors and Krugs, right? Yes, in terms of experience, I'm behind. But this is what matters, right? You can always materialize the experience later. I can do Wolves. I can maybe do a Raptors again. I can do Gromp, right? Obviously, out of base, I'm never going to check these camps because not only do I have vision of them, but I would just anticipate them to be taken. So out of base, I would never check these, even if we didn't have vision, right? We look mid lane here, she dies. What do I do after this? There's a standard wave mid. Gragas has no TP. If Gragas had TP here, I would just farm Wolves. I can't gank bot because Xayah's basing. So the play I'm going to make here is to go mid. Why? Because this denies the enemy team a minion wave unless Sejuani picks this up, right? So if I shove this quickly, which I can, because I have Dirk and this item, we can do this kind of quick, right? And if Sejuani didn't come here, right, they're going to miss, like, maybe a couple of melees or something. And obviously, like, when you're, yeah, doing well on Shaq, make sure you press Control 2 lots of times. Yeah, so that's all we do. And then we just run off to Wolves. She can hold the wave up. It literally doesn't mean anything. Like, who cares if the wave is... You guys are going to troll me there and think, like, it's really important the wave is frozen. It's not. We win this game in, like, 25 minutes, yeah? So who cares if the wave is, like, a little bit frozen? It literally, like, doesn't matter. And yeah, we take her Krugs here, right? Because I know these are up. She hasn't done them in this game. And she also, if I just go back here for a second, she also runs off up here. So I know now that I get her Krugs, yeah? Oh yeah, and by the way, one more thing. This guy's not going to win the game, bro. So me getting like 4 minions, even if the Qiyana freezes, it literally doesn't mean anything in this game because I'm going to win the game for him, which we do. It's a very like hard mental to get around if you're probably hearing that for the first time. But his lane does not matter at all. All he has to do is just farm, hit 6, and like be there if I'm there, basically. Like the Sejuani is useless, right? So yeah, me just getting more golden experience off 4 minions of a standard wave, totally worth it. If his lane's in a bad position. Like no one cares about that mid lane. And yeah, we do our Raptors as well, right? Put a box down here. The reason I put a box down is because she could go like this, anticipating that. And I know Qiyana's level 6, so I was a little bit scared here. And you're going to see how I pull these Raptors out. I leave the box here. Do not just run in here or like let the Raptors proc the box. I'm also in a deeper position, also in a deeper position here if I do the Raptor camp down here, right? Because the map is slanted like this. Look at the river. So everything is on that angle. So if I go here, that angle's like this, yeah, the map. So I'm closer to their nexus, I'm deeper in enemy territory. So that's why I want to do the Raptors kind of in this position, so then I can just run out nice and easy. During all this, I'm looking at bot lane. So if these guys are low, I'm just going to run bot and dive them. Why? Because I know their jungler is topside, yes? So we do Raptors, but I don't think anyone's killable, right? So because I don't think anyone's killable, we're just going to go back to our camps and farm them. Unfortunately, here I give up Raptors, which I probably shouldn't. So I think this was maybe like one macro error. I don't even know if I had the timer on these because it happened very quick. Like as soon as I finished these, I was running to Gromp and I was like, oh shit. I probably should have gone to Raptors here. But maybe it was like a blessing in disguise because their Qiyana is 6. I still think I could completely outplay them and I'm so far ahead of Sedge. So I think this is actually like a macro error. I should definitely just run to Raptors here. I think I get away with it though. Because I can't remember what happened spot, but I think there might be a fight or I get her red buff. So it's really not the worst thing in the world. And you can see how Qiyana was leaning towards my Raptors and warded it, so I know my Raptors are gone here. So again, I'm going to be losing both camps here, which is actually a little bit of a macro mistake because I'm not getting any guaranteed gold just yet. It's not like I'm killing their bot lane, their full HP. It's not like I'm getting Dragon here, even though I probably could. And I don't really want to do it when Qiyana is, you know, 6 or 7 and free to roam. And yeah, wow, the freeze mid really meant something, didn't it, in this game? Ward here, because I want to know if Qiyana's going to chase me. Put a box there as well. It's just like extra vision and protection, I guess. And I'm going to take her red buff here. So all in all, like, it wasn't even that bad of a trade. And as soon as this happens, this is really good for me, of course. But there's a fight mid. And if there's anything mid, right? Look at this Sejuani. It's a Ruby Crystal Sejuani, and Qiyana used ultimate. So I don't really care about these two at the moment, even though it's a little bit scary if I get caught. So any fight here, I'm willing to take. And I also know my Gragas has everything. And he does a really nice play here. And I just ignite Qiyana with an E, because I don't want her to escape. I probably should have just E'd her and saved ignite, obviously. But when you're on ping, things can get a little bit sketchy. And you don't trust yourself as much as you probably should if you're on like 5 ping. And yeah, we just get 2 kills, right? Kill the Sedge. Unfortunately here, I can't take anything on her side of the jungle. I can't really dive the Kai'Sa. Why? Because Nautilus will be running back to lane. So if I ran straight bot to dive this person, Nautilus is going to be right here and I'm going to die. So what is the next best move for me? Is taking Dragon. So we queue over, use my ultimate on Dragon, and what do I do after this? Recall, right? Why would I do blue buff? Sejuani might be running straight like this, and I'm going to... Oh shit, there it is. And I'm going to lose both my top camps, right? So we do drag, recall in a safe position in case Nautilus wards, and Qiyana runs over. And yeah, we're just going to do red. And after red buff, I'm trying to think, because grubs are obviously in 3 seconds, right? So if I were to do Krugs here, it's really shit. Why is it bad to do Krugs? Because I'm going to be losing grubs for sure. I don't have ultimate. My top laner is getting destroyed. The set is really strong. I do not want to go near this guy, bro, even if he's half HP. I have no ultimate on Shaco, right? I cannot do anything to grubs here, so I skip my Krugs and I go straight bot side, and you can even see me, like, pinging. That's what I'm pinging for. Let's go, let's dive. And we also saw the Nautilus running through mid. Look at this guy, bro. What a nice support player. Running through mid, you know? So here, we can just go through. I was scared about this stuff being watered. Not sure if it was. Okay, nothing's watered. But I was a little bit scared of these brushes being watered, right? Because their support had just ran like this. So wherever their support goes, I just like kind of track that and think that shit will be watered here. So yeah. And we get a kill there. And what I want to do after this, let's see if you guys can figure it out. Because I was planning to take Sejuani's bot camps, but they're not here. So now what do we do? And notice, by the way, how my bot lane killed the Kai'Sa. Really, really good. So what do I do now? Like, if Kai'Sa's dead. Like, I can't do anything. Like, look at this. Well, hang on. What's the best play bot side of the map? Pause the video. Best play bot side of the map is to kill their bot lane. But they're already dead. We'll kill them again. run around here when there's no minion wave here. Yeah? So if there is a minion wave adjacent to that opening, it's the same as this one. You do not go around like that. You'll get seen at this position. But because there's no minion wave right here, I can run around and I'm not seen. Beautiful. Box over here. This gives me vision of the area. Nautilus runs through and I know Kaiser's going to be next. I could always like preemptively queue here, but yeah, I've done it before. And you really need to like get the timing right. Like she could always be waiting in base for 5 seconds for an item, so I wasn't too sure. This is the only annoying thing with the extra movement speed you get out of base until you like get to the lane now. If you're going to do this anyway on Shaq, because you'll see how quick the Kaiser is here. So what I would normally do is ult combo. That's what I would normally do here. I just ult combo and probably get her like, you know, this HP before she flashes or something. If she doesn't have flash, she probably dies. But yeah, you can still see how important it is just for me to do this. Put a box down in case this guy was going to like flash hook. Because if he flash hooks, bro, like I'm going to lose HP. So I'm always just making sure like during a combo I'm placing a box if I'm scared of any sort of CC. And then, yeah, we just E at the end, right? So if you use our 3 Hail of Blades attacks, I E her at the end and look at her HP. Now we press R. Now the only thing with this clone is that it's not going to have the Hail of Blades empowered attack speed. That's the only thing because I'm out of Hail of Blades. So this clone here, I don't think you'll see it because it just blows up. But yeah. And we get a couple of kills. Zar's nice enough to leave me that one. I Q away because I know their Kiana's coming down. So I Q over the wall, put a box down just to protect my bot lane a little bit more. And the next question here is, what am I doing afterwards? I know Sejuani's reaction is going to be, again, to take my top camps. So I know after that crab, even before the crab, she should be running in here and taking these, right? And she's already done it, so I kind of trust her in this game to do that again. So, what do? Well, I can't really make any plays. Unfortunately, I have to do my camps out boring FF. Imagine if it ended the game or some shit. Anyway, so we go back to our camps here, right? It's the only thing I can do. So we just farm these camps, and I'm guessing that after my wolves, I'm just going to recall. Oh, no, I remember what I do here. All right, I'm going to show you a picture, yeah? What do I do after blue? I'm going to show you one more picture. This is the confirmation that you need. It's really weird. Let me zoom out. So basically, obviously I can't do this in-game, but my brain will see this after I look at the Kaiser, so that's my camera, right? Like that square. Then I move my, or not even the camera, but I look at my eyes, look at the mini-map for the next wave, bro. If this next wave was in base, like just spawning, this minion wave is going to crash, and the Kaiser is going to probably run off. Now, she might hit this, and I would still do the same thing. I would give her the chance to die, basically, to hang herself, because if she runs up, I can just gank her like that, right, and she dies. But because this next wave is really close, it probably means it's going to collide like here, in a really bad position for her. So, what do we do after blue? Do we go wolves and recall on the gold? Oh, look at the gold. Oh, no, I thought I actually had more. But I would still have Dirk Longsword here. It's actually still, like, a good buy, even though it's only 750 gold. But even if I had, like, 1,500 gold here, guys, I'm never farming wolves here because this means more to the game. This won't happen every game, by the way. Like the last review I did where I was versing a Draven, like, he was still better than my AD carry. But in a lot of games, your AD carry is just going to snowball like crazy. Off of these, kind of ganks, you know, where you're reading the enemy champions in the waves. So look where it collides. I knew this while I was doing blue, which is why I'm here. It's not like someone had to ping me or anything. And this is what League of Legends is about, or particularly jungling. You have to be able to anticipate future pictures on the map. I knew this was a picture 15 seconds ago. Maybe even longer than that, right? I knew here that the wave's going to be there. So that informs my decision. So the future informs my decision in the present. So we go straight bot. Wait for that cannon to die, because if you see that vision is a little awkward. If I actually show you the cannon here. See how that vision, like, almost extends? It just died. But it extended, like, here. And I know that just because it's happened before. And I've looked at the games, and I'm like, how did they know? And it's like, this cannon randomly gave, like, some... I was about to say, like, bent vision. But some, like, curved vision, bro. Around the wall. So I wait for that to die, and now I know for sure there's no way these minions are going to see me queuing over this portion of the wall, right? So we queue over, make sure I get my empowered Q in. Yeah, my backstab. if I was to, so if you see how close this is to running out, and this is why I love Ghostblade, by the way, because that allows you, especially when you have Treasure Hunter and Runes, it allows you to get onto the enemy champion so you can Q empowered backstab. Yes, it is the core on this champ. So just watch my Q. There it is. Probably could have queued like this as well, but I didn't want to get hit by a W or anything, so I queued away from potential AoE. And look at my Q stealth. About to run out, right? So I smite here, and you guys might be like thinking I'm trolling, but that is actually the empowered backstab there. Even if you smite or ignite, or even E, as long as you are attacking during your stealth's duration, the empowered damage will still go off, yes? So that's obviously not a normal backstab. That has to be from my Q, right? That's a normal backstab. That's a normal backstab. And yeah, we just get a kill, right? On the wave. What do I do now? This is a bait, by the way, because I don't recall. What is the Sejuani doing, bro? Man, I'm going to be honest, if you guys don't climb tiers, like, just feel the power right now. The Sejuani is... Oh, I thought she was going to be on my top camp, so that was like a drum roll, and now she's let me down. But yeah, after she sees this, right, she should already be doing these two camps and thinking about diving this guy, right? So I know here, again, if I recall and run here, there's no point really. Like, I'm not protecting anything. Yes, I might be able to protect my top laner from a dive, but I don't really care too much about that. I would much rather, if I can... Yes, we just killed their AD carry, and I probably can't kill her again, right? It's quite difficult to. This shit's going to be warded. That's probably warded. Nautilus might have warded here. So if I go all the way around to try to kill her between towers, probably don't even have my ultimate for that play, it's going to be difficult. So what do I do instead then? What's the only play I can do bot side here? Take her camps? Well, again, it's the same thing. I might be running into Nautilus or something. Or Kiana, maybe. Like, she might run down with her ultimate. Let's see what I do. We just get the tower, bro. Because I know she's going to trade this tower mode. Or she should, right? Like, I know she's not. But hopefully that makes sense. Like, she should really be here attacking my top laner. You know? And she's just, like, farming cats. But this is why, like, this elo isn't super high elo, you know? And this is why, like, in any of your games, unless you are playing in super high challenger, you can just crush games because they don't make the right plays. But yeah, we just get the tower, right? What's the point of me recalling and even running here when Sejuani shows up and they kill the Cassante? Then I've got to kill the set with Flash and God knows what else. He might have W by the time I get there, or his E, and I get really unlucky and stealth. Like, there's so many things that can go wrong here, right? Even though this picture looks nice. But this kill on set, bro, doesn't lead to anything. If I kill the set here, it literally doesn't do anything. He's not even worth bounty. It doesn't lead to a tower or anything. But if I kill the Kai'Sa, it can lead to the first tower that gets put on the Xayah who's fed. So I'm deciding to use my time on this person rather than him. Yeah, like, who cares if I kill the set? Very important macro. And yeah, we get the tower. Now I recall, right? Because what else can I do on this HP? Nothing, right? Like, I literally cannot do anything else here. Obviously, I can't run into Sejuani's bot side. It's just way too risky. So we just recall here, right? And this game, I decided to go LDR second. Very, very rare game, by the way. But look at their team. HP. HP, HP, HP. Armor. HP. LDR is a must. Second here. Yes, I could go like Dirk, but I'm never going to one-shot this person. I'm never one-shotting that person. I'm only one-shotting like these two, and that's it. I'm still going to do well against them, right? Even if I go LDR, because it still gives you a bit of damage and stuff. And then after that, that's when I can think about the Kiana Kai'Sa. So important, like, build options, to be honest. We do Krugs. You can see me pinging my eventual play, which is red buff. I'm pinging red buff well in advance here and telling my teammates, look, this is what I want to do here. So let's go. We run down. There's like a Nautilus nearby, by the way. So if I just go back here, you're going to see the Nautilus run up. And I'm like, what is a level 5 Nautilus doing? So after my Raptors, I hang back in case he runs out. And as soon as Thresh pinches it, I'm going to run in the brush as well. I'm saving Q the entire time because I'm not sure why the Naut's doing this. So Sedge ult over the wall. Where's the set? Is the Kiana going to ult here or something? So I'm holding my Q the entire time. And we just killed the Naut, right? I press R here to try and, like, protect the Xayah. Honestly, I probably should have ulted a little bit earlier. And I'll tell you why later, because I'll show you a fight where I do. I've already mentioned it, by the way. So if you guys remember the reasoning down here... Yeah, or not the reasoning, sorry, but it was just like a byproduct of ulting when I did against the Kai'Sa. So I queued out of the brush and went 1, 2, 3 with my Hail of Blades and then ulted. Keep that in mind. Nice hook by the Thresh, though. We killed the Kai'Sa, not too bad. And obviously here, I know they're going to try and get the tower, right? But I can't go in because she has a sweeper. So how do I play this? I have to wait for the sweeper to end. So the way you do that is you left-click on the champion, and in the top left of your actual screen, I know it's down here in a replay, but in the actual game, it will be up here, and you look at that sweeper. And all I'm looking at, bro, is just this. When's it running out? When's it running out? Now it's running out, and we go in. The reason I E in between my second and third auto attack there is because I need to deal damage as quickly as possible. So if you E at the end, you don't cancel your third auto attack, basically. So if you go auto, auto, E, auto, it's a little bit quicker than auto, 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 E. So you just move the E forward, yeah? After your second auto. Very important little micro there. After this, lots of Shacos might recall, lots of Shacos might do wolves, but why would I do my camp throw? Boring league. You want to be boring? We go crab here, yeah? Look at where their jungler is, man. And I know their Nautilus was around here, right? I know the Nautilus ran through here before. But I've got Q. Or will have Q. And look at that. They even see me. Oh, the Shaco's here. He's 1 HP. He's worth, like, you know, 850 gold. Like, we should go towards him. How are they going to kill me when I have Q? They can't, right? And if they try to, I'm going to bait so many spells and never die anyway. So we do this. I get this, and what do we do afterwards? We're going to do drag, right? Because they don't have any spell. I mean, the funny thing here is they actually have spells. I'm amazed they made that play. But anyway, I just trusted myself that I could do this and do the dragon because my Xayah's back in lane. She's super fed. And yeah, we're kind of stronger. Even Gragas is like pretty fed. So we just do this. Also, Kiana was dead, by the way. So that was probably the reason why. Again, I can't remember every detail of every game I play, but yeah. And here I'm just taking it easy because, again, I don't have Q here. I think I used my Q on the dragon, which is a little questionable. But still, we're taking our time, right? I'm not sure if they're going to re-engage. I'm not sure if this guy's going to pick the Xayah up and drop her on my head and I die. So I'm taking my time, Thresh Lantern in, because I've always got my Q out. Get the drag. What do I do after this? Funnily enough here, I could go bot lane, which is what this guy should do, by the way. The Gragas should 100% run bot because he's going to get like a wave or two. So I could run bot and get the wave, but it's just a standard wave, I think. So I don't really care too much about that. I would much rather, so if you look at my camps here, I can go Gromp, I can go Wolves, I can clear all the way up. But my gold is 1360. LDR with Last Whisper Longsword is 1550. So 1550 here, Gromp, Wolves. These will give me 200 gold, right? And I'm on 13... What is this noise? And I'm on 1350 now. So if I do Gromp and Wolves, I'll help LDR. And that's what I ping here, right? If you look at the chat for me, hopefully it shows, like, the item pings. Oh, it doesn't, actually. But yeah, in the chat, like, I've opened my shop up. I've pinged my LDR. I need it or I've got it. And that's what we do, right? And Xayah bases. She doesn't do anything stupid or anything. So just communicating with your teammates, look, I just want to base for this item or whatever is very, very useful. At a base, I'm looking to kill people because I'm fed. But can I kill anyone here? There is a wave mid. Absolutely. So maybe I should go mid here and hover on this wave, right? Probably what I should do, actually. Maybe I missed something here. But we were doing Krugs. Not the worst thing in the world, but yeah, I actually think hitting Kai'Sa on that wave was best. We do red. Here I'm looking at the next wave. So you see how I do it here, right? Fresh waves. You're always thinking about waves, guys, if you're thinking about ganking a lane, right? Waves, waves, waves. Is there a wave in lane? Where is it pushing? Go back to Raptors, nothing to do, right? Nothing really bot side of the map either. And Nautilus goes in, so this is great for us, by the way, that they're not doing this. And I know here the only chance I have of doing anything is hitting the Sejuani over the head. So we go 3, Juke her out, Ear at the end as well, right? Just a nice little bit of damage, yeah? I did so much damage to that champion. And I can't do anything else, right? Like, why does blue buff matter? Why does this crab matter? I'd much rather, like, be near the Xayah, who has 2 major items just like me. And we put all our energy into getting this tower. It just means more. Also, their Nautilus is kind of low here, right? So, yeah. We just get the tower. I don't remember if I die here, actually. And, yeah, you see how I'm pinging for Rift Herald here? Unfortunately, my Xayah makes a bit of a mistake here. It's very annoying playing Shaco as this. Also, not sure about that Gragas TP. Maybe it's okay. But anyway, a little bit annoying when you play Shaco and people do this, what I'm about to show you. So I ping her off here, right? And I go in. As she walks forward, bro. So look at the set. Oh my goodness, bro. So I wanted to get on the Kai'Sa, right? Because I have R. So I'm never going to die here with ult because I just go 1-2 with Ignite and ult like this. And I'm just going to be over here. My clone's going to have Hail of Blades hitting them. So a little bit annoying here. And I was kind of lucky not to... Well, maybe not lucky not to die. But yeah, we still get a kill out of it. But the Xayah kind of... not tilted me, but yeah, a bit of an interesting play. And here I'm thinking to myself, what is more worth? My bot camps or Rift Herald? Honestly, like... I think my bot camps can be defended by Gragas and stuff. I think it's a little bit difficult for her just to run in there. In hindsight, maybe I could do these, but I don't want to be near the Kiana with ultimate and shit like that, so I can just get a Rift Herald for free, and that's exactly what we do. So we do Rift Herald. After this, where do you think I drop it? Because I know the Sejuani's probably on my bot side, or at least doing that, which he just did. So I know it's just all about seeing the map in fog, right? So because Sejuani's doing that, and I know there's a fight bot, she's going to be even more motivated to run down there, right, and kill my Gragas. So what I do here is actually drop the Rift Herald top. I could always run into her camps here, but if you look at this map, where's the Nautilus at? Is he running over here? Kai'Sa might be in range to ult me. I don't have ult here, so again, I'm a little bit hesitant here just to run in and do these camps, even though I could. Set might run over Kai'Sa ultimate, my bot lane spacing. I don't need to make the game risky. We're going to win this game. So I dropped the Rift Herald here because we get... this down a little bit, gives me gold as well, right? Obviously. And after this, we base. Why am I basing here? The reason I'm basing here is because I want to be on the same tempo as my AD carry, who's super fed. So if I do Krugs here, right? I'm going to be running out of base at maybe this time. And my Xayah is like ready to fight, you know? And do shit, which always happens, by the way. So I want to be as close as possible to my bot lane. And when I know they're kind of safe, that's when I just do blue buff. Do walls after this because there's nothing else for me to do. And we see the Kiana here slightly. And you see how I'm pinging like crazy. So I was able to see this and I ping. Unfortunately, my Xayah dies here. It's just important, like, if a carry like this dies, yes, it's a little bit AIDS. But you can't do anything about it, right? Like, I literally cannot save that person. She just gets caught. That's what happens. But they burned a lot of stuff for it. Did they? Yeah. Flash. Ult. You know? So it's not the worst thing in the world. Nautilus uses ultimate as well. So if your, like, big carry dies like this, it's not the worst thing in the world. It happens all the time. Happens to me a lot. So, yeah. Can't really get mad or tilted or anything. Put a box down in case they were thinking of killing the Thresh. I don't want the Sejuani running in and getting my Raptors. So I'm going to do my Raptors here quickly. Smite, backstab, E, auto. Yes. And then I'm just going to hover around because I still might be able to do something. Like, if one or two of them just move off to cover or run away, they might only be 3 here, right? And then I can quickly execute one of them or get them really low. But they make the right play. All of them stay and they get this tower. So I cannot queue in here, right? That would be suicide. So you just put a box down. After this play dissipates, I'm going to go to Krugs because there's nothing else for me to do, right? And you can see me pinging drag here because I think it's up kind of soon. So that's what we want to play for. Would I recall here? No. Because this gold really doesn't do anything. I could get, like, Lucid Boots, but, they don't really change anything, you know? So I'm never going to recall here. And, yeah, as for my next item, I decided to go Cyclo Sword. The reason why is because I wanted to peel my Xayah as much as possible, even though I'm super fed here. Look at the Xayah, though. Like, I just know she has more gold than me, right? When she has 50 more CS. So I know that this person is more fed, has more gold. So I'm thinking, how can I help this person as much as possible? Now, they do have Kai'Sa, so Serpent's Fang is really good. And I go that after this next item. Nautilus as well. Set as well. If this guy ever gets a locket, it's really good as well, right? So there are options for me here, but I decided to go Cyclo Sword because of the slow, and it will help against Kiana, it will help against Set if I backstab him, or Kai'Sa, like anyone, right? It's going to help peel this person as much as possible. So that's why I went Cyclo. And here I'm just playing this wave, right? I'm seeing if the Kai'Sa is going to run up and hit the wave, but instead she's just running bot. I wouldn't have been able to kill her anyway. But you see just like how that's my brain the entire time, even though I think I missed one gank mid running out of base level 9. And here we're just waiting, right? You don't need to do anything else. Yes, I know that I'm showing and I'm on vision, but it's very difficult for me here. Like, this kind of choke point where we're fighting, where can I queue from, bro? Like, I'm going to shove the wave and queue like this or queue over like that. Very difficult, right, to do that. And again, I don't really need to do much here apart from just hit the person who goes on that Xayah, yeah? Like, that's it. So we'll see what I do. So Thresh lands a hook, i.e. the Sedge. And why do you think I Q and backstab and then R here? Very weird, right? I've just queued in against this set who could ult. Thankfully, he doesn't have it, just like Xayah doesn't have hers. But even if the set had ult here, I think this is definitely the right play. The reason is because my clone is getting Hail of Blades. And I'm just waiting for the Qiyana there, right? See how I'm standing back, waiting for Qiyana. And we play that perfectly, to be honest. Like, really, really nice spacing. Kai'Sa comes in. Thankfully, I kill this person. Yes, it's kind of close. But look at my clone here. Doof, doof, doof. Clone as well. Doof, doof, doof. Very nice, right? And we get Dragon after this. We have 3 drags. And, yeah. That doesn't end the game completely. There's still stuff after it. But I think I'll stop there. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like on the video. Comment any questions you might have. Don't be shit. Bye.